Hi and welcome back to my playthrough of Defenders of the Realm. The first episode wasn't really quite going my way, so let's see if this will be already the last episode of my series or not. I'm really curious how things go. I think rules-wise I should be more or less okay. There was one question in respect to this one, what was it, global event, but I think I figured this one out. This was basically a one-off event. What was it called actually? I think it was yes, exactly, the strong command here, because it doesn't come with an ongoing effect. I think once I triggered it, I can safely discard. And from what I remember, these bad effects can come back. The good effects, I believe they're also removed from the game. So yeah, that's that. We still have quite a force out here, basically to the top right of the map, and we are down to, I believe, only 4 of these tainted crystal. And again, once you are supposed to place the last tainted crystal onto the board, you have immediately lost the game. We still have 2 of these royal blessings. One of those allows me to remove all tainted crystals from any one location. So yes, the Thorny Woods would be a great suggestion to do, but we can use them at any time basically, so I think we are still okay. Don't need to do that right now. Maybe a 4th one is showing up, even though I believe the Thorny Woods might be now out of the game. I could be wrong, but I believe all of these locations are only here once, but there are other cards, other effects that could then really whatever change the setup of the map and how these minions are being distributed. So it's still, there is a danger that we might be adding more tainted crystals to locations where there are already a lot of these crystals, right? But again, with these royal blessings, that would be a good thing. We will start with our Elf Lord, the unnamed Elf Lord. I don't really have any names. Eliana, I think she's the only one who really has an actual name. All the others only are more or less placeholder kind of roles. But yeah, I think the idea for him was actually to go to the Chimera Inn and whatever, listening to rumors in order to get more cards. But given the landscape up here, I think we may have to change our plan. And the good thing is he can move to the Thorny Woods relatively easily, quite honestly. So I think with his first action, again, he has 5, he will move into the Blizzard Mountains. Because of his secret pathways, he is allowed to move into green spaces basically for free until he still has actions left. So he can move 1-2 spaces in there, and he can use it more than once during a turn. He can really, every green location he's moving into is free, again, until he's running out of normal action disc. And I think now it's time to cast one of his actions to attack those guys at the Thorny Woods. And with his swift attack, he can roll 1 more die at that location. So he would be rolling more than 3 green dice actually, which I think the game didn't really prepare for, so I have to get another die, but doesn't really matter too much. And I think we are not limited to 3 dice per color. At least I hope. If I'm cheating here, give me a break, right? So we are rolling 3 dice, 1 for each minion. We get 1 extra die because of his swift attack. Let's go for a black one. And for Gorgot's minions, we only quote-unquote need a 3+ in order to hit. And I think that was quite successful, actually. I like that. And now this location, the Thorny Woods, is actually minion free. So in theory, we could take a swing at Gorgot, but we don't have any green cards in our reservoir. So again, we would be rolling 0 dice. I think, yeah, we have a special card or so, but yeah, ultimately we need a lot of hits. So when we look at his sheet here, we need, I think, 6 hits in order to kill him. And if we would move him to the red zone, that would be good. But if we're not defeating him basically in 1, let's say, attack action, we would then suffer his combat skill. So if we are defeated, hero loses 2 life tokens and 2 hero cards. So really want to make sure to take them out in order not to suffer any wounds here. But that was quite successful. So I think for free, we are moving into Heaven's Glade now. So we get to roll again here on this case. So we are rolling 2 green dice and 1 blue die. Again, for this attack, we have to spend an action. So we still have 3, now only 2. And again, it's the new location this round, so we get an extra die. So I think we are going for an extra blue die. We get to choose which die we are rolling here. And then now let's take another swing here at Heaven's Glade. So let's pan down quite a little bit. And that is, okay, that's perfect. That is really perfect. 2 green dice are enough to do that. Nicely done. And we have 1/6 again. For Sapphire's minions, we need a 5+ in order to take them out. But that was quite successful. Okay, now we are talking. Good stuff. Unfortunately, the Elf Lord doesn't have any green cards. And with a green card, we could not try to heal the land, basically getting rid of these tainted crystals. So we would be rolling some dice there. Unfortunately, again, we don't have 0 green cards, but we still have 2 more actions. We could move into the Whispering Woods, getting rid of stuff there. And I think there is no direct path to Amarak Peak up there, even though it is quite dangerous. We could, in fact, move back to the Thorny Wood, move to the Amarak Peak, but then, yeah, no, then we would be taking some hits for sure. So no, I think for his penultimate action, we are moving into the Whispering Woods now. And for his last attack, no, it's a free action, actually. It's green, exactly. It's free. It's free. What am I talking about? So for the penultimate action, we are actually attacking this fella. It's a new location for this round. We haven't been here, so we are rolling 2 blue dice. And again, we are looking for a 5+. And yes, okay, that wasn't terrible at all. We still have 1 more action left. And I think I still want to go to the Chimera Inn. So in order to do that, we will trigger another move action, and we will use the Dragon's Teeth range, which give us 4 spaces of movement. So we are flying by eagle 1, 2, 3, and 4 into Chimera Inn. So I think we will start the next round here, and I think we will have to listen to rumors and then maybe go to the Blizzard Mounts. On the other hand, maybe someone else needs to get rid of these minions of Sapphire there. But okay, I think this wasn't a terrible round for him. Of course, we are not done yet. We are coming to the evening phase. So here's a green card, and it's even an eagle card. And these powerful cards, they give you more dice on these generals. So if we would discard this card, we would be getting 2 green dice against Gorgot, which of course is not bad. And the second card is a special card, Spy in the Camp. Prevent a general from healing its battle wounds for 1 player's turn. Now that's really nice. If we just didn't make it and needed 1 more swing or so, we could then prevent them from healing, because they will heal when they are not in the wounded region, at least on their board. So that can be nice, but it also gives us 1 extra die against any general. And yeah, using these special cards is usually never a bad thing. Now we come to the night phase. We are still in the early war status, which means we are drawing 1 Darkness Spreads card. So let's see what we get. We are adding 2 red to Withered Hills and 2 black to the Enchanted Glade. And I believe they're both okay, actually. So the Enchanted Glade here and the Withered Hills are all the way. Okay, that's nice. So he can take care of those during his next turn or so. Let's see how things go. But of course, we still have movement. In this case, Gorgot would move, and he would be moving to Amarak Peak. And no, of course, his next or his first step would be to move closer to Monarch City here. We would be bringing 2 of his friends. This is already full, which means we are adding 1 more crystal in here. But I think we are okay otherwise, it seems. Indeed, so 1 goes in here. 1 goes, this is an overrun basically. 1 goes in here and 1 goes in here. So we are still okay. We are not reaching for anywhere else. Otherwise, I really would have to use my Royal Blessing already. But yeah, again, very, very, very painful card, at least in respect to the movement on those generals. And these generals, again, if they make it to Monarch City, we immediately lose. Next, it's Iliana up here at the Whispering Woods. Her archery allows her to basically shoot in adjacent regions. So I think with her first action, she's taking 1 swing, basically 1 shot here up to the Eagle Peak Pass. I think that's what we need to do. So we are rolling 2 blue dice and 1 green die. Green 3+, 5+ for the blue ones. So that's her first action. Let's see, and oof, that was quite terrible. So this is gone, at least one was successful. Yeah, we're not using, we have the reroll of the elf lord, but I think that was not so critical, at least I hope. And then, what next? Should we leave it at one and at these two and hope we are not adding more there? Because we can add one more, which at least for overruns would be sufficient, maybe. So I guess with her second action, we are moving twice with her gallop ability. So she's moving 1 and 2. With her third action, I think she will shoot towards the dancing stone. So really her archery is pretty powerful actually. So we are rolling 3 black dice, and I think Varkolak 4+, exactly. That's not good. That is not enough. 2, I would really had hoped for 2. Good thing is, should I use the reroll? I think I will use the reroll now from the Elf Lord here. So we are rolling this die, and of course, gosh, the journey continues. We still have 2 more actions left. So this was now pretty bad. Yeah, we are basically taking one more shot here, so that's our penultimate action. Again, using her ability. That's only 1 green die, unfortunately. A 3+. Oh, you must be kidding me. Yeah, and then I think with her last action, we will stay at Monarch City. We will then target the dancing stone again with 2 black dice. Okay, that was... Yeah, okay, this way... we're not going to make it. That's for sure. We played, I played Eldritch Horror yesterday, actually, with a good friend, and we started off really well. So I was rolling okay, and then around mid-game, things started to go south badly. I think I rolled 8 dice and didn't roll any successes in one test. It was really ridiculous. That's basically what's happening here. Yeah, she's basically out of action. She's not taking any wounds. Really, 1 more here. I would have been totally content with that, quite honestly. Going down to 1 in these regions is usually okay. It's good minion control. But yeah, these 2 might be dangerous. So we are drawing 2 more cards for her in her evening phase. So what do we get? Black Space and the Minotaur Forest and the Seabird Port. And this is for Gorgot. So we have some good cards for Gorgut now. So I think overall we are rolling 4 dice already with some special cards. So maybe it's time to start considering taking him out, right? But now we have to deal with the Darkness Spread, so with a night phase basically. And here we are doing Cursed Plateau and the Fire River. Cursed Plateau is okay for now. So is the Fire River. But still, these are minions. They are on the board now, so they could come back. And then Balazar would move to the Bounty Bay, but I think his next step would be the Raven Forest. So we can basically ignore the movement at least. So we are getting some respite here. Oof. Still not a great turn for Eliana. Over to the Seeker. And we will use her Precognition ability to have a peek at the card. The Windy Pass is fine. I checked that. And the Raven Forest as well. They're both free. And Varkolak will also not move. He would move to the Father Oak Forest, but his first step would be the Windy Pass. So we can, I would not say ignore that, but I think we are not in immediate danger with this card. Okay, that's at least something. We know what's coming. Okay, I think I will spend her first action and this horse riding card to have her move 1-2 spaces over here. And here we will try to heal the land, because this will also help us with the quest here. Seek to restore the land. Heal 1 location of 1 tainted creature without using a special card. In order to do so, we have to discard a card that matches the color of the space we're in. So that's a blue card. It's an eagle card. It's definitely a waste, but yeah, I think we have to start doing stuff. We want these. Yeah, I want to fulfill these quests. So we are rolling 2 blue dice right now. Again, it doesn't matter which color we are rolling, but we are rolling we need a 5+ in order to heal that. Yeah, that was epic. Again, an epic fail. I really don't know what's going on here. I mean, that's really ridiculous. Okay, that was her second action. Then with the third action, we are trying to basically hit these guys, right? So we are rolling a 5 3 dice, and we're still looking for 5s here for Sapphire's minions. At least 1. I take that. That is quite alright. That was our 3rd action. We still have 3 more. She has 6 actions in total. If we leave here, we are losing a lot of life points, so we don't want to do that. Can we make it somewhere to a red location with the Tainted Crystal? Because that's the only card she still has in her hand, but I think not. So we maybe... let's spend another action to hit again. So we are rolling 2 dice now, 2 blue dice that is, and it's a 5 combined. I think we can do that once more still. Again, we need to do some damage control here, that's clear. Minion control. Okay, that's 2 5s. I take it, even though they're rolling out, I need this break. So that's cool, which means, we don't have to move out here. We still have 1 more action. What are we going to do with that action? I think not much, actually. Yeah, was willing to really spend 1 action to use her, what was it, Confound Enemy, which would allow us to move enemies out. But I think in this case, do we want to stay here? Or do we want to move maybe to the middle? I don't want to go to the Withered Hills, of course, because we are taking some... If I would have 2 actions, of course, I would move in here. I could also... no, that's also not happening. Again, I could use this card with a move to the Cursed Plateau, but down there we also have friends waiting, and with this card we can also teleport to any magical gate, but we also have friends waiting there at the Dancing Stone, right? So I guess we have to pass. That is really, really weak. Unless I'm willing to take 1 damage. But what's the point staying here? The point could be to be closer to Chimera Inn than later on. But no, I think I will move over here. The general doesn't do anything to us. Only minions will hurt us. So I think that's the last action for her done. Evening phase, we are drawing 2 cards. Okay, these are 2 black cards, which would be nice for Vargolak, of course. And it would be nice to hand over these cards to the Elf Lord for his quest. The problem is in this game you can't trade cards. So this is really different to Pandemic, where that's part of the game, actually, exchanging these cards in order to really heal these diseases, right? That's not going to happen here. So that's the evening phase. We don't have to discard down, of course. Hand limit is 10. So we are drawing our Darkness Spread card, which we already know, of course. A Windy Pass and Raven Forest and no movement. So 1 guy goes over here and 2 orcs go to the Raven Forest. And again, no general movement. Before I go into the next round, I have noticed that this was a poor choice, having her enter movement here at Monarch City and next to a treasure chest location, because of her shunned ability, she's only drawing 1 card there at the end of her turn. So I basically will take this card into my hand, that's a green card, and the other one will be discarded. So at least I was able to fix that. And then we are starting our next round again with the Elf Lord. Okay, we will start with the Elf Lord at the Chimera Inn. He will spend 2 of his actions to listen to rumors. Now you have to announce a color. And for each action that you spend, you are drawing 2 cards from the hero action deck, right? Hero cards deck. And you are allowed to keep every card that matches the type or the card color that you have announced. Again, we are going for green because I think we should go after Gorgard. It's at least possible. He needs black cards, but on the other hand, his quest is so far away. I think that's the better deal. So again, we are spending 2 actions. That's the maximum that you can spend here in order to draw 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. And only 1 green card. All the other cards are discarded, so that is not really great. But at least it was 1 card. I take it. And I think we can only do that once per round, actually. So that's... that was a little bit lame, but it's 1 card. Then we are spending 1 more action to move into the Withered Hills. And of course, we will spend another action there to fight. So we are rolling 2 red dice. No, we are getting a 3rd dice because of his swift attack. And we need a 4+ for Balazak's folks. And that's 2. Exactly 2. I totally take that. Nicely done. And then we only have 1 more action left. And question now really is, do I want to move to the Mountains of Mist or do I want to move up to the Blizzard Mountains? Of course, we want to move closer to Gorgard. I think he might be our first target. It would be wiser to move up here. And there's also a tainted crystal, which he could try to heal, maybe. Okay, that was nice. This was the end of his turn. We are drawing 2 cards, and I think we are still okay hand limit wise, indeed. So let's see what we get. Ancient Ruins, I don't know, and the Land of Amazons. And I still have to, I really have to start thinking about building magical gates now. I think I didn't really look at his hand of cards. Maybe that was a mistake, actually. Yeah, now I have drawn card, but I think we didn't draw the Withered Hills anyway. No, I think, yeah, that's not possible, unfortunately, because, again, building something next to an inn is usually a magical gate is huge. But that's basically that. We are drawing our next Darkness Spreads card. So we are adding Orcs to Orc Valley and Minion of Sapphire to the Bounty Bay. So 1 Orc goes to the Orc Valley, makes sense, and 1 goes to Bounty Bay. And Gorgard would move into Monarch City. So this could be his final movement into Monarch City, which would then mean, yeah, we would lose the game. But in this case, we are not moving. So at least this was an okay turn for the Elf Lord, actually. Now it's Ileana's turn. We are moving her over to the Father Oak Forest for her second action. We are attacking. We could attack first and then move in, but I think I really don't want to end my another movement here at Monarch City anyway. And I want to go to the Father Oak Forest for her quest, so I think ultimately that's the best choice for her. So we are only rolling 1 measly green die. And 3+ is enough. Okay, that was quite all right. Nicely done. Then we will, for her third action, go for her quest, which again says, seek the magical knowledge of the ancient tree spirit. Travel to Father Oak Forest. We are here. We are spending 1 action. We just did so to roll 3 dice, and on a roll of a 5 or 6 on any die to commune with the ancient oak. So let's do that. And because I am on a green location, I am rolling green dice here. That's the only reason. And gosh, this is so bad. So yeah, we are discarding this card. Oh, maybe I should have... No, the Heal the Land was actually alright, so we are not doing that. So we are drawing a replacement quest card for her. And I think here we get something relatively similar. Seek the Dragonlands. Legend tells of a lance crafted to pierce the scales of any dragon. Travel to Wyvern Forest and spend 1 action to roll 3 dice. Again, the 5 or 6. Can we make it there, actually? Need to check actually where this is. I can't find for the hell for my life basically find these locations. No, I think I found it actually. Yeah, I found it. So what do we get? We have an ongoing reward. The holder of the Dragonlands adds +1 to each direct. Oh, Dragon Generals and Dragonkin minions. Okay, that is amazing. I believe this is a card actually from the Dragon expansion, and in the Dragon expansion you can opt to really basically replace all the generals, all the other generals, with Dragon Generals, and they're nicely painted generals actually, or dragons. And I think then these all count for Dragonkin. In this case, I guess only Sapphire's minion would count here, but I still take it. I really take it. The problem is the Wyvern Forest is really far from us. Of course, we could use her Galloping ability to almost make it there, but again, almost is not good enough. We could, yeah, we have Dragon, we have our Eagle movement. I think she can use that actually. So these are really big eagles, it seems. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then with her last action, make it here and make it, try it there actually. So that's maybe not ultimately a bad thing, but maybe I do want to see if we can build a magical gate somewhere with her cards. And actually I do think we can build a magical gate here. So for her penultimate action, we are spending this card, which allows her to move 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And for her last action, she will basically spend the Withered Hills card. I believe it doesn't matter if this card shows a gate or not. Just the location needs to match here. And it does, which allows us to build a magical gate here at the Withered Hills, right next to an inn and also to the far right of the board. So if we need to travel fast and have the proper cards in our hands. So now with any of these travel cards that show a magical gate, we can now beam to this magical gate here. Okay, that was pretty okay. And she will now draw the full set of her hero cards during the evening. So we get a special card, a black card and a special card, which is this one here. It's a King's Guard attack. Remove 6 minions on or next to Monarch City. Are you kidding me? That is huge. That is truly huge. Of course, we still need to draw a Darkness Spreads card. We didn't have our lot of Rock Bridge Pass and Angel Tear Falls. And I believe both are all right. One goes in here. Two goes in there and one goes in here to the Angel Tear, and then Balasag would move to the Angel Tear Falls. But if we are checking his current path, again, his first step would be into Raven Forest and then into Angel Tear Falls. So we can ignore the movement for now. I certainly take that. Over to the Seeker. So we will use her Recognition ability. Wolf Pass is alright. We can add one there. And Greenleaf Village is also okay. I think it's completely minion free. And Varkolak definitely doesn't move to Monarch City just yet. So I think we can ignore that for now. That definitely does help. But then for her actions, it's really bad. All these crystals are on blue or green locations, and she doesn't have blue or green cards in her hand, which she would need. And I really want to go after her Heal the Land card, right? So what are we going to do with her? I guess we are going also here to this location and maybe to the Chimera Inn. I think we are actually doing that, right? Yeah. So we are basically using our portal, our magical gate action for one action to teleport down here to the Withered Hills. For the second action, we are moving into the Chimera, and we are spending 2 more actions down there in order to listen to rumors. And which card color are we calling for? I think green, actually. So we are drawing 4 cards. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And indeed, we were lucky. We were drawing 2 green cards. So those are discarded, but the 2 green cards will certainly help us, actually. Question is, can we maybe use them right away, actually? With the Eagle card, we could move 4 spaces to a location where we could then spend another green card to heal the land. The problem really is these are very powerful cards, especially this one. These are 3 dice in total if we are going to hit Gorgat. So I think with the cards we have in our hand right now, we already have a fighting chance, actually. And we are all not too far away from Gorgat up here. The main problem is he is currently protected by 3 minions, 2 blue and 1 green, which I guess we could get rid of one way or the other, and then we could really try to take a swing. I mean, getting rid of Gorgat is usually not ultra bad. Let's maybe have a quick look at his combat skill, because we are getting closer. Gorgat parries successful attacks for each 1 roll. Eliminate 1 hit for each die with 1 at the end of the re-rolls. Okay, that is brutal. So 1 would pretty much negate a hit, which is not unlikely, of course. So the more dice we roll, the more realistic it gets that he's blocking those. Okay, that's great news, right? Yeah, we still have 2 more actions with her. So maybe we are taking things slow. We will hold on to these cards and we'll use her 2 remaining actions to simply move, closer. 1 and 2 to the Blizzard Mountains. And I think we are trying to hit him. Evening Phase, we are drawing 2 cards for her, and ooh, that's another green card, nice, and a special card, which is a magic. Oh, that's so nice. Place a magic gate on any location, and we don't have to be there. Well, but that's 2 black dice actually for Varkolak. Well, I think that's still very, very powerful card, of course. Then let's do the Darkness Spreads card. Shouldn't be a huge surprise, actually. So we are taking 1 blue guy to the Wolf Pass, which is alright. And 2 guys go to Greenleaf Village over here. And again, Varkolak would move, if he would be here on Father Oak Forest, into Monarch City. And again, this would end the game. But that's basically the end of the round. And I think the end of today's episode. So I guess we are in a much better shape than we were in the last episode, or at the end of the last episode. So I think we do have a fighting chance against Gorgat. We are close. Of course, this will make the game more difficult because we will then enter the mid-war, but ultimately that's what we need to do. We have to start taking those guys out. That's the ultimate goal, getting rid of all 4 of those. And of course, getting one general out is one less thing to worry about when moving stuff into Monarch City here, of course. But yeah, I really do hope you are still enjoying this playthrough. I can't tell you how much I like this game. So once I'm done with this session here, with this playthrough, I will most certainly take it to my game night and will whatever push the other folks there to play this game with me, or maybe play it with a good friend, or maybe even with a family. But it's really such an enjoyable game. I like this quite a bit, actually. Really nicely done, Richard Launius, as usual, right? So yeah, let me know what you think. Hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. Huge shout out to all of my patrons and channel members. You guys are truly great. And yeah, until then, bye bye.